from across the tri-state, this is KHQA Sports.
Invite somebody in or kick somebody out. Those were the two choices facing the WIVC football conference as it looked to balance its schedule in the wake of Jacksonville ISD's decision to do away with 11-man football. So the solution is apparently to grow. A source with knowledge of today's conference meeting tells KHQA that the member schools voted to extend Beardstown, one of a handful of schools that applied for membership, an invite to join the WIVC for football only, effective in 2015. This likely means that Beardstown's 2014 season will be its last in the Prairie Land, and that from a geographic standpoint, that should certainly help the school district cut down on the travel costs. The move also means that Camp Point Central will be staying in the WIVC. As KHQA reported a little earlier this year, one member of the league had suggested pushing the Panthers out because they were quote-unquote too successful. Speaking of Camp Point Central, the Panthers are losing one of their most valued assistants, this guy, and will have to contend now with him as the head coach in the league. Alex Ebbing, who has helmed Central's offensive line the last few years very successfully, was hired last night by the Winchester School District as both a PE teacher and a new head football coach at West Central. There's still a co-op vote that needs to take place at Bluffs to officially install Ebbing as the new Cougar boss, but at this point, the wheels appear to be in motion to empower one of the brighter and more promising young coaching talents in our area with his first head coaching job in 2014. Let's do a little baseball now today. Let's start off with Illini West in Burlington taking on Bushnell Prairie City, and it would be Dalton Elliott getting the win and a couple of RBIs on the hill today as well, as the Chargers get the job done and get the victory tonight. Also, Plains too much for Beardstown, winning a 5-4 decision. Big win today for Rushville, who knocks off North Fulton behind Colton Boyd's pitching and hitting on the day. We've also got Jacksonville Route absolutely taking apart Illini Central. Justin Ketchum, great day at the plate, going 4 for 4 with a couple of ribbies. And speaking of monster days at the dish, how about Caleb Bradshaw? 2 home runs, including a grand slam today, as he goes 3 for 5 with 6 ribbies as Griggsville Perry plows past Liberty. 14-5 was your final there. Strange, wild game today between Pittsfield and Quincy Notre Dame. Auspicious start for the Sockies here as Austin Allen already aboard. Dalton Butler goes a gapping right here. That is a triple to open this ball game up, and it's 1-0 Sockies just like that. Just a few batters later, Quinn Leahy going to do the deed as well with a sac fly up into the big win to extend the Socky lead out to 2-0. Jordan Chappell, outstanding pitcher for QD, would settle in fact, get out of a bases-loaded jam at that point, getting out of the frame. Dalton Butler also pitching well for Pittsfield today. All the way up until the 6th inning, this game tied at 3. QD erupts for 7 runs in the frame and ends Pittsfield upset bid. QD now 15-1 on the season, winning today by a 10-4 count. Taking to Hancock County today, West Hancock taking on West Prairie in a battle of directional schools. Trevor Knight, the sniper on the hill today, and looking good early on in full command, shutting down that potent West Prairie offense in the early going. And he was spotted in an early run in this game. This is Andrew Hardy, the outstanding underclassman, finding one right along the line. And that double, my friends, is going to score a run and give the Titans an early 1-0 lead, giving Trevor Knight some breathing room to work with. He'd get a little more in the 3rd inning. This, my friends, is Trevor Knight helping his own cause. Just putting the ball in play. It gets tossed away by the Cyclones, extends the lead out to 2-0. How about a more traditional RBI? This time, Jonah Terrell doing the deed as well. Nice piece of hitting for him to drive home Knight. Made it 3-0 at that point. The Cyclones would eventually try to get back into this thing with their offense. It would be Ethan Peterson, the big fella, with a big, mighty swing of the bat to drive home a run as well. Too little, too late in this ball game as the Titans get the victory. Final count in this one, 5-2. Also, over in Northeast Missouri today, what a pitching performance from Cordy Kiger. Who else did you expect? Kiger with 17 strikeouts as Scotland County wins a thriller today over North Shelby. 3-2 was your final in that ball game as well. We've got more for you. Softball today. Griggsville Perry sneaks by Liberty. Lexi Kessinger playing the hero at the plate today. Macomb, no match for Illini West, losing by 8. Madison Fox with 2 home runs in a losing cause for Beardstown as the Lady Tigers drop one today to Pleasant Plains. 6-4 was your final in that ball game. Also, Western a winner today behind a 1-hitter from Carly Hively to help beat Pittsfield. Also have a soccer score to pass along from tonight. QD gets the 5th shutout of the young season from Julie Raby, and 2 goals today from Cassidy Foley to help beat Father Tolton of Columbia. 7-0, your final in that ball game as well. College baseball, we've got that for you too today. Kirksville, Truman State, and that guy, Paul Trenhale, the former Hannibal star, playing host to QU in a twin bill. Down one right here, the Bulldogs go to work taking up arms. It's the curse of the Gambino. Dave Gambino with an RBI single to extend his team out to what would eventually become a 3-1 lead. The Hawks, meanwhile, absolutely baffled today by that fellow, the great pitcher right there. Cody Gardner getting the job done on the hill. Jared Hahn adding to the damage. It was just an ugly day all the way around for QU as they end up losing the first game 9-2. The second game they lose in 14 innings. The aforementioned Mr. Paul Trenhill, a sacrifice fly in the 14th inning of a scheduled 7-inning game. 6-5 your final in that ball game. A couple of other college notes to pass along to you quickly. Austin Hardy, Andrew's big brother, who we showed you earlier, with I believe his first collegiate home run today as Monmouth knocks off Robert Morris 11-1. Also today, Hannibal LaGrange, we'll get to them in a second. Mo Baptist today destroys Culver Stockton. 20-4 is your final there. And John Wood, what a day for Dalton Entwistle against HLG's JV squad. 6 for 6 at the plate and 6 RBIs. Now the HLG scores we're going to talk about softball-wise, swept today by Benedictine Springfield, 8-1 and 3-0 is your final. Coming up tomorrow, big story on Clark County's Kaylee Roberts, 2 knee surgeries, and yet she's back this spring high jumping. Amazing story.
No kidding.
Great show of faith in that knee. So we'll have that story for you tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.
All right, look.